Is organizing. Organizing in management involves structuring resources and activities so people work together efficiently. Meaning, organizing is about arranging people and tasks in a way that makes it easier for everyone to work together effectively and reach the same goal. So why do we need to organize? First reason, to facilitate the implementation of plans. Second, to have a easier coordination among the various activities. And lastly, possible assign a particular task to a particular person. Organizational structure and its determinants. Organizational structure is the formal way a company arranges its people and responsibilities so everyone knows who does what, who reports to whom, and how work flows. Meaning, it's basically the blueprint for how an organization is set up to achieve its goals. And the determinants are the factors that influence how a company designs its structure. And these four are its determinants.
Formal organization, as described by Nelson and Quick, is the part of system that has legitimacy and official recognition. This means it is the recognized and authorized structure of the organization with clearly defined roles, responsibilities, and authority. So this is the example of formal organization. This is about how people work together and who is in charge. This is different from informal groups, which is based on their friendships and personal connection. And so let's proceed to informal groups. So this is the informal groups. Informal groups are employee-formed groups created without management's direction based on friendship, shared interests, or common goals. They can help achieve tasks but are also vulnerable to manipulation and self-interest. All of informal groups shows groups of employees that form naturally, not because the management or boss tell them what to do or to group themselves. They usually come together because of their friendship, similar interests, and their shared goals. They also be risky if personal interest takes over. Supervision. Supervision specifically refers to the guidance, monitoring, and direction given, often at the lower or frontline management level, to ensure employees perform their tasks correctly and efficiently. So supervision means guiding, watching, and directing workers, usually by lower managers, to make sure they do their jobs correctly and efficiently. For example, in a restaurant, the shift supervisor watches the staff, shows them how to serve customers properly, checks their work, and gives instructions so everything runs smoothly.
And now, let's proceed the basic elements of organizational structure. Number 1, work specialization, also called division of labor, means dividing tasks into smaller, specific jobs and assigning each task to a person or group who becomes skilled at it. Work is important because it allows each employee to focus on a single task, making them more skilled and faster at what they do. This reduces mistakes and increases productivity. For example, in a bakery, one employee focusing on making bread, and another makes pastries, and another decorates cakes. Each person specializes in their skill to increase speed and quality. Next is departmentation. Departmentation is the process of grouping jobs, tasks, or activities into departments so where we can be organized and manage more skills. How does a business or organization work more efficiently, or grouping people with a similar task or expertise together? This makes easier to assign responsibilities, coordinate activities, and manage resources. For example, in a hospital, there's a pediatrics department, a surgery department, and an emergency department. Each group handles related tasks for better organization.
So number three, the pattern of authority. Pattern of authority refers to how decision-making power and responsibility flow through the company basically who has the right to tell whom what to do. So, this pattern of authority is how power and responsibility move through a company. It shows who can make decisions and who can give order to others, just like this example given. And that is the pattern of authority. Number 4, span of control. Span of control is it tells how many subordinates a manager can effectively manage. A wide span means one manager supervises many employees. A narrow span means they supervise only a few. So, this means that the span of control is about the number of workers a manager can guide and supervise effectively. And if the span is wide, one manager looks after many employees at the same time. And if the span is narrow, the manager looks after only a few employees. And that's how work and that span of control affects how work is supervised and how communication flows in the company. Like this example given. And that's all for the span of control.
Coordination of activities means making sure all the task departments and people in an organization work together smoothly towards the same goal. Meaning, coordination of activities is working together in an organization to run smoothly towards the same goal.
Lastly, the basic orientational design. This is how a company arranges its people's rules and process to work efficiently and achieve its goals. It's like a blueprint that shows who does what, who reports to whom, and how work gets done. It's like a map of a company. It shows who does its job, who reports to whom, and how work is done. This helps the business run smoothly, avoid confusion, improves teamwork, and make it easier to reach goals faster. For example, clothing stores set up teams for designs, production, marketing, and sales. Store managers report to regional managers who report to the operations director. This setup helps launch new clothes on time and reach sales goals.